Oi, oi, oi. Obrigado por me avisares, amiga, que hoje saiu uma atualização aqui para a minha mesa de mistura e por algum motivo isto desconfigurou-se. Mas obrigado. Como eu estava a dizer, sejam todos muito bem-vindos a mais uma live stream aqui no canal. Vamos continuar a jogar LA NOIRE. Um jogo muito divertido e que cheira muito a estrume e que dá rotes muito altos. E eu estava aqui a explicar que já estávamos aqui a fazer mais um caso. Estamos agora nos homicídios. E esta questão dos homicídios é muito importante. Porque o nosso primeiro caso, porque nós começamos primeiro com o tráfego, não é? Acidentes de carro, carros roubados, pronto, e por aí vai. Carros abandonados, carros incendiados, pronto, esse tipo de coisas. Tudo tem a ver com o tráfego. Mas só que nós somos tão bons detetives que fomos promovidos para os homicídios. E o homicídio que nós estamos a tratar neste preciso momento foi uma senhora encontrada toda morta num jardim, com a cabeça tipo com um alto buracão, e estava toda desnuda, com obscenidades escritas no corpo, com batom vermelho. Portanto, este é o assassinato do batom vermelho. E agora estamos aqui a investigar e vamos aqui ao Cocktails, não sei porquê. Sinceramente digo, não sei porque que vamos ao Cocktails. Ah, porque era o clube que ela frequentava. Que a vítima frequentava. E... que pistas é que eu tenho? Já nem me recordo. Pronto, lipstick, que é vermelho, né? Cartel clássico, Carmine lipstick, unused, found in victim's handbag. Temos aqui o Bamba Club Lighter, Gold Plated Table Cigarette Lighter. Este canal é bom, doubt. Lie. Size 8, ou seja, o homem calça tamanho 8. Escribaninhas no corpo. Este carro é maravilhoso, trouxe. Já jogaste este jogo, não já, Falcão? Ah, já. Do Goodbye. E o gajo vem tipo, com uma descarga da sanita. Lipstick markings on body red. Fuck you, BD. O que é que significa BD? Blunt force trauma. Blunt force injuries to head and face of victim. É que ela tinha mesmo um buracão na cabeça. Missing jewelry evident from marks on body. Pois roubaram-lhe o anel, é verdade. Pronto, já me lembro. A vítima chama-se Blonde, está nos seus 40 e o sexo falhou. F. Falhado. E Murder Suspect, sabe-se que não sabe-se nada. Ok. Então vamos entrar aqui no La Bamba Club. Que ela devia ser hospedeira aqui. Não sei, acredito.
Gentlemen, what can I get you?
Phelps and Galloway, LAPD. Were you working here last night?
Yes. How can I help, officer?
You can start with your name.
Garrett Mason.
You're the regular bartender on nights?
I'm a temporary barman. I work for an agency. I fill in at bars across town.
Do you remember a woman who came in here last night? 5'7", about 110 pounds, blonde hair, about 40 years of age.
You mean Celine Henry?
Será que chama Celine?
Yes. Do you know anything about her?
I don't. But the owner, Mr. McCall, serves her most nights. Would you like to speak to him?
I would.
He sits at the back of the club. Wears a hibiscus. You can't miss him. Is there anything else?
O que é um hibiscus?
Fire away, Phelps. I'll stay here in a little
O
park.
que é um hibiscus?
Pour me 3 fingers of rye.
Agora fiquei curioso. Deixa eu ver o que é um hibiscus. Google.pt. Reject sempre. Hibiscus. É uma planta. Ok.
You going to pay for that?
Ok. Pronto, já sei o que é um hibiscus.
In the house, officer.
That's the
Já
spirit.
sei o que é um iNeighbors. Deixa eu ver se tem aqui algum... Ah, minha senhora, como se encontra bem disposta. Opa! Não tem nada a ver, pois não? Olá, minha senhora, como se encontra?
I started my shift 20 minutes ago. You're better off talking to the bartender.
Fogo, tá bem disposta a senhora? Deixa-me falar aí com o hibiscus. Ah, hibiscus!
Unless you'd like a drink too, officer. There's not a lot I can do.
Ora, quem é que tem o hibiscus na cabeça? Oh, pronto, é este campeão, não é? Mas há outra forma de viver a vida.
Detective Phelps, LAPD. We're investigating the murder of Celine Henry. Do you know her?
Celine? Oh, Christ.
Mas aquele hibiscus é amarelo.
Sure I know her. She and I and Jacob, her husband, we go way back.
She was here last night?
Sure, she's a regular. Celine was a lovely woman.
Ele para já parece estar a dizer a verdade. Para já. Porque ele falou nela no presente. Ou seja, ele assume que ela ainda está viva. Se ele começasse logo a dizer que ela era e não é, ele já sabia premeditadamente que ela era, que já não é. Que existiu, que já não existe. São estas pequenas coisas que se vai apanhando.
Was Mrs. Henry here with anyone last night?
Not at first. Celine already had quite a head start.
But she attracted attention?
Certainly. A few gentlemen became very enamored with her and her stories. One guy in particular.
Será que ele está a dizer a verdade? Parece.
You know him?
No. He's been in a couple of times.
Did they leave together?
Yes. At around 11. If it helps, I made the guy's license plate.
You want a tip? Refill my coffee next
E o
time.
gajo sabe a license plate. Como assim?
So,
Ele apontou.
I think this could be a great help, sir. Thank you.
2B8899. Tem alguma coisa atrás? Aposto que é o detetive gordo que anda a raptar as crianças. Ai, heavy rain, heavy rain. Heavy rain, heavy rain.
Mrs. Henry appeared to be missing a ring, torn from her finger, but not her wedding finger.
Celine always wore a red garnet ring on the large side. Larger than life, like Celine herself.
Did she have it a long time?
Sure. Since way back in her flying days.
Did her husband buy it for her?
No, it was before Jacob.
Doubt!
I think you know where the ring came from, and I think you're gonna tell me.
Okay. I bought it years ago.
Ah, eles eram
Carried a torch for Celine in those
amantes.
days. Guess I always have. Her old man never knew about it.
Ok.
You know the husband?
Sure I know Jacob. He was in the Corps. He met Celine on a furlough and married her when the war was finished. He put up with a load of shit.
Do you think he killed his wife?
No. No, not in my opinion.
Estás a mentir. Doubt!
So if it wasn't Jacob, then you probably let her out of here with the guy who killed her. How do you feel about that?
Stow the attitude, will ya? I tried to get onto Jacob. I rang him up. Asked him to come pick her up like usual. But he refused. And she picked some night to push him over the edge. I rang him back around 11:30, but got no answer.
Thanks,
Okay.
Mr. Colt. You've been a big help. One more thing. Would you have an address for Celine?
142 North Union Avenue. God knows I had to send her home in enough cabs to remember that.
Então a gaja era. Gostava de. Party long time. Deixa-me fazer aqui um telefonema. Minha senhora, preciso usar o seu telefone.
Hey, what's the hurry? My stool was just starting to warm up nicely.
Estamos acalados. Deixa-me ligar aqui para o dispatch. Para saber mais informações sobre aquela matrícula. Putting you through now. Colt Phelps, batch 1247.
How could I help, Detective?
I need a registered owner on a license plate, 2boy8899.
Tu boy.
Yes, Detective.
Yeah, boy.
I'll need to contact the DMV. Shall I relay the details via KGPL?
Yes, please.
Please. Thanks, ma'am.
Pronto, agora vou ter que aguardar a chamada, né?
You want a tip? Refill my coffee
Não
next
quero
time.
tipo nenhum, quero vir embora. Vou abrir a porta para ter as duas para... Isto aqui está aqui um cheiro a peido. Amigo, conduz tu que eu não quero conduzir.
You know the way. You can drive.
And where exactly are we going?
Vamos à casa da Nvidia e ver se recebemos chamada, se temos mensagem em relação à matrícula.
You find the booze helps you get through a working day?
Sharpens my investigatory instincts, Phelps.
A smart lawyer might use that to throw out anything you collect today.
A smart man might know it's unwise to stand between the patient and his medicine.
As long as you're not falling over, Rusty, I'll let it slide.
That's mighty kind of you, Phelps. You know, you picked the wrong job if a healthy thirst offends you, Cole.
We owe it to this city to do the best we can in this position. As homicide detectives, that responsibility is all the more serious.
Always the politician.
It's not political, it's practical. Maybe the men combing Hollywood Boulevard after the Elizabeth Short murder were more interested in sniffing out booze than the clues that would have led to her killer.
Yeah, well, if only you'd been there, choir boy. Betty Short would be alive, the Japs would have spared Pearl Harbor, our ancestors wouldn't have tasted the forbidden fruit.
Minor syntactical error, Detective Galloway. I never claimed to be able to prevent crimes. I only suggested a proficiency in solving them. Guess that's the drink slowing you down.
Oh my God, brother, oh brother. It's worse than I could ever have imagined.
Ok, está visto que estes gajos não se dão bem. Temos um gajo que é demasiado certinho e outro gajo que é um bêbado primeiro. Que está sempre a olear a sua garganta e o seu instinto. Ok, vamos lá. Vamos investigar, falar com o marido. Ih, para aí, já estou a ver aqui coisas, já estou a ver aqui pistas. Deixa-me ver, dá-se aqui só uma ronda à casa. Eu sei que não tenho nenhum mandato, mas eu gosto de verificar tudo antes de falar com os suspeitos, porque existem pequenas provas que podem ser encontradas aqui no caixote de lixo. Não tem nada. Um base partido, suspeito. Bem, tem aqui nada. FBI, open up!
I'll try the back door. Wait here a second.
Olha, mas esta casa está toda empanada. Parece que não vive aqui ninguém. Ei, pois. Olha, por acaso nem tinha reparado que tinham entrado em casa. Ei. Curioso.
Side window's been jimmied. Looks like somebody's creeped the joint.
Yeah. Ah, family burned to death. Cop says house fire deaths are suspicious. Husband, wife, 2 young children killed. Mano do céu. Deixa eu ver isto. Eu gosto de ver estas notícias engraçadas.
You said I had to go back, Doctor.
The fires are cathartic. They allow you to confront your past.
You said the house would be empty.
Are you taking the medication I have prescribed?
You said the house would be empty. I heard them screaming.
Circumstances were unfortunate. My colleagues had made all the necessary
You
arrangements.
said the house would be empty. You're killing me.
The deaths were unfortunate, but you have dealt with death before. I want you to come to the clinic and we can deal with
You said the house would be empty. How can I find peace?
Aí. Este médico é tolo. Fogo. Uma família inteira morreu. Dramático. Sinceramente. Ei, caramba, eles viraram isto tudo. Oh, o sapato dela. Ela calçava ou não?
Above average for a lady.
Yeah. Ela calça grande, fogo. Ela calçava nova, ela dormia de pé. Oh, moço, o que é que a tigela tem a ver? Estes gajos pegam em tudo também. Oh, Los Diablos, são bêbados. Los Diablos, tequila. Já está, isso também não tem nada a ver com nada. Ok, temos aqui um vidro partido.
Burglar used the pry bar. Why did you kick the door in?
You think I'm gonna climb through a broken window in a $30 suit? You got another thing coming, Buster.
Pá, ele tem razão. Até aí concordo. E aqui fora? Será que tem aqui alguma informação dramática? Não, por acaso não reparei que tinha o vidro partido. Ei, está tudo. Ei, será que ela foi assassinada com oxidol na cabeça?
Don't think this is any use to us.
Alto, tem aqui uma prova. If you sober up, you can find me at apartment 2.
And Jacob are obviously having problems. It speaks to motive.
É.
Crime scene evidence still weighs against it being the husband. Jacob could give us something to go on.
Ok, ela bebia aqui.
If my exes drank like this, you'd be feeling the back of my hand.
Call in
Eish!
burglary and get technical services out here. I'll talk to the neighbors.
O gajo está.
Think all day about it, Phelps. I get nasty when I'm thirsty.
Então basicamente a gaja era uma bêbada. Isto muda o caso.
Galloway, homicide, badge number 564.
Este início parecia.
Services for suspected 459 at 142 North
Oi, está aqui
Union.
uma chave.
Not sure this means much.
Ei, uma chave no chão, não achas suspeito? Isto é uma pizza. Ai não. Parece tipo uma almofada em forma de pizza, mas aquilo são folhas vermelhas num fundo amarelo. Ah, isso já vi. Vou ver o que há cá mais para aqui. Eu gosto de investigar tudo. Uns óculos.
Doesn't tell me anything.
Então como assim? São os óculos? Pá, eu investigo tudo. Falta-me ver o quarto dela, é verdade. Ah, o anel!
Tiffany.
Tiffany.
The rest of this stuff is junk. Might explain the missing ring.
E a escova? Tinha alguma coisa a ver com alguma coisa? Pois, bem parecido. Os sapatos. Tem aqui uns sapatos no chão. Apanha os sapatos, ó burro! O gajo não quer apanhar os sapatos. Ah, tem aqui uma terceira prova.
A regular Amelia Earhart per day. The ring looks distinctive.
The Red Hawk. Ah, pera, não dá para abrir, não dá para abrir a cena atrás. Não. Era esta a senhora que morreu? Não parecia nada, não parecia nada com a mulher que estava ali morta. Que esta estava viva quando tirou a foto. Isto aqui. Ah, isto é um secador, que engraçado. Engraçado. Bem, não há aqui mais nada de interessante, bem não? Acho que aqui as provas estão todas vistas. Eu acho que só me resta falar com os vizinhos, não é? Há aqui algum vizinho?
Help me out.
Ah, está ali uma vizinha, peraí. Vou falar com ela. E a senhora? Tenho umas questões, se me permite.
I knew it wasn't safe around here anymore.
LAPD. Are you acquainted with Celine Henry, Miss?
Horgan! Jennifer Horgan. I've known Celine for more than 10 years. Our children grew up together. What's going on, officer?
Did you see Mrs. Henry go out last night?
Well, I'm no busybody, you understand, but Celine had been drinking. And she and poor, long-suffering Jacob had a terrible row. I think Jacob may have given her a black eye. He stormed out and she went back inside.
Did he come back?
No. Celine was listening to music and shouting until she left around 10 p.m. She was very drunk to have been driving.
Pois.
But she is not the sort of person you can stop from doing something when her dander is up. What is this about, officer? Is Celine all right?
Está morta.
I'm afraid Mrs. Henry has been murdered, ma'am.
Murdered? Oh my God. I'm afraid I need to go and sit down.
Bem, ela foi muito calma. Pronto, que ela tinha problemas matrimoniais, isso já sabíamos, né? Porque ele deixou ali uma nota a dizer que a gaja estava toda bêbada. Ela gostava assim da pinga, ela gostava assim de ver assim.
You drive.
Tanto gostava de beber o seu copito várias vezes seguidas.
Where are we headed?
Apartment rented by estranged husband Jacob Henry. Vamos lá então.
Let's see what Jacob has to say for himself.
I don't think Jacob is our man, but we should see what he has to say.
Pá,
Jacob Henry had a
também não
violent
acho.
argument with his wife last night. He's looking more and more likely.
For my money, the broad keeps the house looking like that, she's probably deserved it. The skipper says bring him in. Keep the hacks off our backs for a while.
Fine by me.
So it ain't the werewolf killer after all. Good to see you've come to your senses.
I always said work the evidence. I only stipulated a connection to the BD killer as an avenue of investigation we should leave open. And as far as I'm concerned, it still is.
Este gajo é agressivo. Curto bué. Amo. 0 a 10, lindo. Ok, ele está a viver aqui.
Going hard. Follow my lead.
Vamos andar ao estouro. 1050. Mas qual é o apartamento? É o 1.
You Jacob Henry?
Yeah. Who's asking?
LAPD. You're under arrest for the murder of your wife, Celine Henry.
Murder? Celine?
Save the dramatics
Oh my
for
God.
RKO, pal. You got bigger problems.
What the hell are you talking about? You come in here, you tell me that Celine is...
Take a seat, Mr. Henry.
she's-
We're gonna have a look around, then we'll talk.
Jesus, I'm sorry.
Ele de facto parece
I get even the slightest hint that you're a flight risk.
preocupado. Alcoholism, illness.
Don't think this is anything.
Então, achas que isso não é nada? Isso é um livro, ó burro. Claro que é alguma coisa. Deixa-me ver provas. Há aqui provas.
You think the atmosphere's thick in here? Wait till you try the gas chamber.
Ok. Thanks for the offer.
He'll be back if
I need you to do something
The
about my
oldest problem there is what to do about the old lady.
Ui. Temos aqui algo que o incrimina. Temos aqui algo que o incrimina. Mas o nosso amigo Cole Phelps sempre atento. Deixa-me ver se ele calça o 8.
Size 11s.
Ele calça o 11. Ele calça o número 11. Se ele calça o número 11, isso muda muita coisa. Eu também, o meu instinto diz que não é ele o assassino, mas vamos a ver, vamos a ver. Um taco de basquetebol.
Circumstantial.
Bem, deixa-me falar aí com um indivíduo. Amigo.
So who could have killed Celine? Where did she go last night, Jacob?
A bar, I suppose. Look, I don't know.
Agora, I suppose. Tu não sabes? Doubt.
We get the impression that
Don't
Celine
I lie.
liked to live the glamorous life. How did she end up with a hump like you, Jacob?
Celine was one of the first woman pilots. She hung out with movie stars and royalty. But when she came back here broke and struggling, she married a mechanic. Put a roof over her head, food on the table. Not glamorous, but the best I could do. I'm not ashamed about that.
Opa, tipo, a sério, eu chatei-me com este jogo. É que esta cena de Doubt não faz sentido. Peraí, como é que é? Peraí, deixa-me só. É o gajo do bar, de certeza, fácil, case solved, é capaz. Ok, o meu PC foi abaixo. Ih pá, está bem abaixo. Oi. Olá, olá. Agora já está bom. O PC crashou. Ai. Deixa-me ligar aqui o Alien Noir frame rate. Unlock the frame rate. Opa, uma cena que eu não entendo aqui no Alan Wake é esta questão do Doubt. Para mim não faz sentido absolutamente nenhum. Esta cena do Doubt. Tipo, eu acho que eles tinham mudado isso no remake para uma frase mais perceptível, vá. Deixa eu ver. Queria ver isso. LA Noir Doubt. Não, LA Noir Remastered. Differences. LA Noir now uses the good cop, bad cop, accuse options when interrogating. Como assim? Good cop, bad cop, accuse. Que é esta cena? Good cop, bad cop. Deixa eu ver. Deixa eu ver aqui um vídeo. Opa. É que eu estou super curioso para perceber essa cena. Deixa eu ver. Deixa-me falar com ela. Fazer aí uma pergunta. Então, e o gajo caga a base? O gajo não faz questão? Ei, será que é mais à frente? Espera aí. Fazem uma questão. Ela está a falar. Pois, isto é os tutoriais. Caga nisso. Pronto, good cop, bad cop. E accuse. Ok, então tenho que o acusar. Basicamente é isso, não é?
Okay, Phelps, we go in hard. You follow
Será que
my
eu
lead.
tenho a acusar de ter matado ela? Ih meu, isto a 30 FPS, mano, só. Ninguém merece.
You Jacob Henry?
Yeah. Who's asking?
LAPD. You're under arrest for the murder of your wife, Celine Henry.
Murder?
Bem, deixa eu ver. Provas. Isto é uma prova, né? Thanks for the offer. I need you to do something about my wife.
The oldest problem there is what to do about the old lady.
Old lady, que é a senhora morta, não é?
He'll be back.
Bem, eu só preciso de... que é isso? Este taco de basquetebol não me dizia nada. Então o que é? Eu tenho que dizer que ela ia para o bar. Toda a gente sabe que ela ia para o bar. Ele está a dizer que não sabe que ia para o bar. Bem, deixa-me saber o tamanho do sapato, que é o tamanho 11.
Size 11s.
Ok. Então não coincide, né? Já sabíamos disso. E acho que não havia assim mais nada. Provas, pois não. Ah, peraí. Deixa-me tentar outra vez.
So who could have killed? Where did she go last night, Jacob?
The bar, I suppose. Look, I don't know.
Sabes o quê?
You know where she went, Jacob. You're lying. Why would I help you if you keep lying to me?
Look, I'm telling you, I don't know.
We know she went to
Yeah,
the
era
Mama
isto.
Club.
The bartender there,
Ainda não percebi bem isto.
he calls me if things are getting out of hand, and I go and I bring her home. He called me last night. I said no.
Não, um bocado
Rang a
suspeito.
couple more times after that. I ignored it. I'm gonna have to live with that.
Acho que não foi este que a matou.
When did you last see your wife, Mr. Henry?
Last night, I went to see her. We talked. Things got a little out of hand. I left.
Parece que está a dizer a verdade, mas sei lá. Doubt! Não, vou usar a intuição. Mas acho que é doubt. Por acaso é truth.
You don't remember what time you last saw your wife alive?
Look, I'm sorry. I left. Maybe 9 p.m. Might have been a little later, but right around 9.
Why did you kill her, Jacob? Things will go better if you come clean about it.
That's a lousy thing to say. I never gave up on my wife.
Why?
I don't believe you, Jacob. I think you didn't have the guts to do it yourself, so you had someone else do it.
You want to back that up with something, big mouth? Huh?
Então vamos ver. Vamos ver se agora se tens muita letra. Então fala-me disto.
The note by the phone suggests you meant her harm.
You want the truth? Truth is, I was sick to death of her. I was trying to have her committed.
We're still gonna need you to come downtown, Mr. Henry.
We can get this all down on paper, Jacob. How you got fed up with your wife and how you figured killing her would bury all your troubles.
Kill my own wife?
She was a lush and a tramp, and you just couldn't stand it anymore.
Shut your goddamn mouth.
So now you're gonna tell me you loved her? Ah, the DA goes all gooey over remorse, Jacob.
Oi!
What's this bunkum?
Bomba!
Call it in and get a squad car dispatched. And check for messages. I'll keep old Slugger here company.
Bem, que está-me a dar trigger. Estou a ficar gatilhado. Mas chateia-me aqui uma situação. Eu acho que era só isto, não? Onde é que está o telefone? Vai, está aqui.
Operator, message for KGPL.
Putting you through now.
Cole Phelps, badge 1247.
How could I help, Detective?
I need a patrol unit to transport a suspect back to Central.
Certainly, Detective. You have a message from the coroner. Do you wish to be put through?
Please.
Yes, ma'am.
Carruthers,
It's Phelps.
I've completed the autopsy. Several wounds to the head from a blunt metal instrument. Closest match would be a socket wrench handle.
So the cause of death was the blunt.
No, the blows to the head surprisingly were not fatal. Death was from hemorrhage and shock from the fractured ribs and multiple injuries caused by the stomping.
Anything else?
He's some kind of sex fiend. The tissues of the anus were bruised about 1/8 of an inch, but no trace of semen in the anus, vagina, or stomach.
Thanks, Doc. Operator, give me R&I. Any word on an owner for that vehicle? License was 2boy8899.
Yes, Detective. The plate belongs to a brown 1936 Pontiac. Registered owner is one Alonzo Mendez of 402 South Fremont Street, apartment 16.
Ok.
Thanks. Any other messages?
One, Detective. From Captain Donnelly. He wants any and all suspects returned to Central. Interviews to be set up immediately.
Got it. We're coming in.
Ok. Pronto. Este gajo agrediu um detetive da polícia. Crime já.
If that hill won't buy me something nice, I'll find someone who will.
Amigo, conduz tu que eu já estou farto de conduzir.
You can drive.
And where exactly are we going?
Vamos para o Mendes Apartment. Que ainda falta mais um suspeito.
Took a real pounding.
Maybe if he had been a little firmer in the beginning, he wouldn't be in this situation now.
I imagine that Neanderthal routine is a big hit with the ladies, Galloway.
Women love me, Phelps. I have no complexity. They know exactly what they're gonna get.
Um gentleman. Brown Derby. Isto aqui são sítios que nós vamos visitando, ao que parece, não é? Mendes Apartment. Às 11 da manhã, quase praticamente. Bem, vamos ver onde é que está aí o Mendes. É o 16.
Mendez, apartment 16.
Isto aqui é o primeiro piso. Não, é o quarto piso.
Here, the apartment's up on the top floor.
Pá, supostamente os americanos, como são meio burros, o quarto andar é o terceiro andar.
Don't bother knocking, just kick the door in. Take a look around and see what you can find.
E é logo assim, sempre a partir? Pronto, se é porque é. Tem aqui uma chave exatamente igual.
Nothing significant.
Estranho.
Doesn't look like anything.
Isso não te parece uma caixa de ovos? Isto aqui realmente não tem assim muita coisa. Tem aqui um mocambo.
Seems irrelevant. This isn't what we're looking for.
Está calado. Pá, tem aqui uma porta que dá para entrar, portanto. Ah, o gajo vazou. Ah, tá aqui uma arma.
Not much help.
Como assim? Ah, pois, estamos nos Estados Unidos. É normal que... Uma... Será que é tamanho 8?
Gotta get these to Ray. Size 8s could help place Mendez at the scene.
Então? Uma pilha. Um batom.
Brothers could match the color and brand of the body.
Oh, então encontramos o nosso assassino.
Consistent with Celine's injuries, and the blood can be typed.
Ok.
We have the murder weapon. Better get Pinker down here.
Why keep it? Why not throw it away?
Think these clowns are geniuses? Thank your stars you caught a break. Captain Donald will begin to like you.
Hey, what gives? LAPD, you're under arrest.
Do not lose that son of a bitch. I'll go get our wheels.
Ei! Já percebi. O gajo incriminou este porque raio o gajo haveria de apontar uma matrícula, não é? E depois foi ali ao apartamento, meteu a arma do crime, meteu um sapato para incriminar este. Eu sou um gênio. Ah, o gajo vai fugir de carro. Fogo, mas eu não queria conduzir. Detesto conduzir neste jogo. É horrível. É horrível conduzir.
I got an idea. Get him next to my window, Cole. Keep me alongside his vehicle and I'll stop the son of a bitch. Hit him. Clean this asshole off the road.
Ei! Que drama.
You're under arrest for the murder of Celine Henry.
Assim, agora está sob escolta policial, não quero saber. Já foste, Candido? Foste-lhe ao cu e mataste-a.
You did a grand job, lads. Phelps, that's quite a way to acquit yourself in your first outing as a homicide investigator. It seems the city has a new and vengeful guardian. Considering the evidence against your suspect and the thoroughness with which a report was compiled, I foresee a safe passage through the courts, and the DA agrees with me. Brutality on a scale such as this deserves retribution. The people and the press of this city demand it.
Já estão a começar a pôr o Phelps de lado, ele vai ficar triste. Mas este caso foi-se um bocado esquisito. Soube-me a pouco este caso. The suspect is in the bag even if you did leave Jacob sweating. Pois, realmente, eu não fui à esquadra. Parece o Marcelo. Um bocado. Olha a Elsa. Ah, ela ali com uma frenha de almofada na cabeça. Olha lá, tu não tens uma esposa em casa, o que estás a fazer na boate? A borboleta dourada? Não posso crer. Mais um homicídio. Está ali, a mulher estacionou-me direitinho, por acaso. Oh, chatice. Deixei cair. Oh! É o mesmo gajo! É o mesmo gajo, é o mesmo assassínio.
Galloway. Got it, Skipper. Yeah, I'll bring him. He's my partner, after all.
Hey.
What have we got?
New case. White female dumped in plain sight in the grass at the end of Hill Street. Hacks are all over it. Captain's trying to fend them off.
That sounds awfully similar.
The first rule of police work is make no assumptions until you've seen the evidence. Skipper wants you to have your newspaper face on, college boy.
No,
I think I know the place where they found the lady. It overlooks Sunset Boulevard. Let's go.
Sunset Boulevard. We got Coca-Cola.
I'm just praying the prince comes through so I can nail this son.
That's the guy from the papers. Solved that big case.
Yeah, eu sou assim. Sou muito famoso.
A skeleton goes into a bar and orders a beer and a mug.
Ei, amigo, tive alta
Can
ideia.
you drive to this one?
Foda-se.
Did a decent job on the Henry case, Phelps. Not bad for your first time at bat.
Thanks, Rusty.
But don't go getting ahead of yourself. That's one clearance under your belt. Now it's a new day with a new dead lady that needs our attention.
No assumptions until we see the evidence, right?
Right. See, I knew you were a fast learner, Phelps. You might get along after all.
Now, boys, you know as much as I do. I'll be holding a press conference once the autopsy's been completed. I have two of my finest investigators on the case, fresh from bringing down the sword of justice on the crazed sex...
Captain, aren't there similarities between this murder and the murder of Celine Henry? And of Elizabeth Short, for that matter?
So you don't believe there's a crazed sex killer at large preying on women?
Boys, be sensible. We have the greatest police force in all the world, with the greatest scientific investigators at our disposal. How can any killer continue to beat that? Be advised. We keep the gas chamber at San Quentin primed for the sons of Cain who continue to believe they can take a life in the city of angels.
Yeah, right. Any new leads in the Dahlia case?
Run along, boys, and let these officers get to work. We have God's work to do here, and it can't be delayed.
What do we have, Captain?
Another woman sacrificed.
Como assim?
Speak to Carruthers. I want daily reports, gentlemen.
Carruthers é o médico legista, né?
I knew it wasn't safe around here anymore.
Bem.
Detective, I was first on scene.
Ok, então conta-me coisas.
You find her, Gonzalez?
Not me. Family out for a stroll. I was first reporting.
Can you show me the body?
It's under the pepper tree, this way.
Ok. Vamos lá ver então essa questão, esse corpo da pobre coitada.
Please tell me what's going on.
Can't be much help to you, Phelps.
Here she is.
Outra mulher morta. Exatamente igual.
Similar MO.
For what? The Dahlia? I don't think so.
Celine Henry.
That's a closed case. This is probably another sad sack who lost his temper with a broad who wouldn't put out.
Are you a suspect, Rusty?
Watch your mouth, Phelps. All I'm saying is we got enough to do without reopening closed cases.
Talk me through it now.
Severely battered, on display,
Footprints would indicate that she has been stomped.
Outra vez.
The size of the footprints would seem to indicate a smallish men's shoe. What size shoe did Mendez wear?
You finished?
No, I'm
White.
not. At a glance, I would say strangulation is the cause of death. I'll need to do further tests for semen.
Angry boyfriend. If they were married, they'd be at home, not humping out here in Lover's Lane.
You mind if I examine the body?
Be my guest.
Não, antes de examinar, quero ver o caso.
Oh, we have a name. Can you run Deirdre Muller by RNI?
Back in a second.
Deirdre Muller, Parent Teacher Association. Ok. E temos aqui dinheiro.
If the motive was robbery, why not take the money?
Pois. Porque não era.
Officer Gonzalez, badge 994.
Pronto, sabemos o nome da senhora. Pobre coitada. Vamos ver a evidência, a prova B. Tem aqui mais passos.
The stomping angle in the Henry case, was it reported in the press?
Sure was. Every detail a copycat would want was there in the story.
Yeah. E qual é o tamanho destas pegadas? Deixa-me ver se há mais alguma coisa para aqui, estes lados. Que às vezes nos arbustos pode-se esconder coisas. Ahá, pão, 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 pão. Esta garrafa é um bocado suspeita. É só uma garrafa. Oi. Haha! Uma beata. Guarda, moço, e aproveita o tabaco para depois fumar. Cuidado que tem aqui um maço de tabaco. Será que é de bandido? Olha, ao menos pegavas nisso e deitavas ao lixo, não era? Já que pegaste nisso. Já que puseste as tuas mãos asquerosas nisso. Vai. Mão.
Looks like she was tied up.
Yeah.
It does at first, but that would leave a mark on her other wrist too. I think her watch might have been torn off.
É capaz, era o que eu estava a pensar, era mais no relógio e não no amarramento. Porque se o outro lado não tiver amarramento... Pois. Olha.
What's this mark? A cut on the finger.
Fourth finger, left hand.
A
Wedding or engagement ring. Violently removed.
Yeah. Exatamente igual ao outro. Deixa-me ver aqui. Olha.
Look at your mark, it's very
distinctive. I'll do some comparisons back at the lab and get back to you.
Isto parece uma corda de pescador. Corda de pescador. É, está tudo. E o stomping, pois. Outra vez, calcada.
Another day, another dollar.
Queria ver aquela... Não. Se calhar não é importante. Aquelas pisaduras ali no braço, toda arranhada, coitadita. Caramba! Quero ver se existe mais alguma prova na cabeça. Caramba! Oi! Está bugado. Na cabeça. Isso. Ah, ok, pronto, não há mais nada.
Detectives, RNI says a Deirdre Mahler of 130 North Bonnie Bray was reported missing this morning by her husband, Hugo Mahler.
What'd I tell you? Just grab the husband, take him downtown, and work him over. We could have this wrapped up by lunchtime.
What about not making assumptions and going on the evidence?
Este... Eu não gosto... O gajo já dar um saltinho em cima do morto. Da morta, digo. Deixa-me falar outra vez com o médico.
Buddy! Trying to work here. Got me?
Deixa-me falar aqui com o médico.
Can we discuss this later?
Ok, o médico não quer me dizer mais nada. Pronto, é justo. Deixa-me falar aqui com a polícia.
This is a crime scene. All of you move along.
All these cops.
E este daqui, deixa-me ver o que é que ele me diz. Este gajo não me diz nada. Pronto, está tudo. Está bem, amigo. Também não falo para ti. Estou chateado. Bem, vamos então à habitação da senhora. Oh, Agostinho, conduz tu, que eu não quero conduzir.
You know the way. You can drive.
Fine. Where are we headed?
Vamos falar com o marido da senhora. Ver o que é que se passa.
There still might be some playing the boyfriend angle.
I thought we were on our way to lock up the husband.
If it doesn't work out then.
Deirdre Muller has suffered enough. More than enough. You shouldn't make disparaging comments about her without even the slightest inkling of what she was like.
She was a woman, wasn't she? Around about my third divorce, I realized women might not be the pure angels we imagine. You're married, ain't you, Phelps?
Don't make any insinuations about my wife.
Hey, she's a woman.
She's the mother of my children.
You're a father, Cole? Don't tell me your eye don't bend.
This conversation is over.
Sabes que aquele gajo é misogénico? Só gosta de mulheres higiênicas. Estupidez. Peço perdão. Pronto. Isto para jogo instalado num SSD, até os loadings são um bocado longos, não é? Mas pronto. Ok. Bem, mesma coisa. Vamos averiguar o que há para aqui. Está ali uma mulher. Quem está ali a fazer uma mulher? Então a gaja não tem a morrer da senhora. Ok, isto aqui é alguma coisa? Não.
Phelps and Galloway, LAPD. Is your father home?
He'll be home soon. He's been out looking for Mommy.
What's your name, miss?
Michelle Eloise Mahler?
Can we come in?
I suppose so.
Thank you.
Coitada da rapariga, vai saber que a mãe
Could you have
dela
a
foi
seat
morta.
for me, Michelle? We're gonna have a look around.
Não, não vou que eu preciso ir à casinha e pôr estendal cá dentro.
Sit tight. My partner will explain everything when he gets back, okay? There's nothing to worry about.
Patty should be on his way. Patty should be on his way. Patty should be on his way. Daddy should be on his way. Daddy should be on his way.
Estou de volta. Ok, já não está aí ninguém. Muito bem.
Daddy
Então,
should be on
tá-se
his
bem.
way.
Ok, deixa-me só dar aqui uma vista de olhos, ver o que é que há e o que é que não há. Olha, tem aqui um papelinho. O que é que significa este papelinho?
Maybe. No.
Este papelinho não diz absolutamente nada de jeito. Um copo d'água. Oh, mas não pegues em tudo que te aparece. Ok, Ui.
Don't think this is anything.
Isso é uma cenoura, ó burro. Isso é um limão.
Incidental.
E aqui no frigorífico? Frigorífico nada. O violino não tem nada. Isto é o quarto da menina, não é?
Not sure this means much.
Deixa eu ver se este é o número 8. Ah.
Work boots. Size 8s.
Então todos os homens têm o tamanho 8. Será que o assassino sabe disso? E incrimina-os? Será que está aqui o anel?
No sign of a wedding ring.
Exatamente. Perigoso.
Elgin wristwatch. Probably the same one snatched from her body.
Yeah. É o mais sensato. Deve estar tudo, não? Yeah. Vou falar com a rapariga tadita.
Is this about Mommy? Daddy is trying to find her. Please tell me she's okay.
I'm sorry to have to tell you this, Michelle, but your mother is dead.
Tadinha da menina.
Do you think you could answer a few questions for us?
Could try.
When did you last see your mother?
Yesterday afternoon. I went to a dance at Belmont High. Mommy was supposed to pick me up, but she didn't show.
So what did you do then?
I was upset. Daddy came instead.
So you were hanging around the school for quite a while. What happened with your father?
I don't know. I called and finally he answered. He came straight away then.
Some of your mother's jewelry was missing. Can you describe her things?
A ring, a watch, I never paid much attention to that stuff.
Doubt?
You seem reluctant to talk about her jewelry.
It's a touchy subject with Daddy. He thought she wasted too much money on her appearance.
Your mom and dad are happily married?
What are you saying? Of course they are.
Opa, a cena é que sei lá.
They weren't happy, were they, Michelle? Did your father ever hit your mother?
Just the once. She said she would leave him if he ever did it again. He bought her a brooch pin to make up for it. And he always wore her golden butterfly.
Thanks, Miss Muller. You've been very brave.
Hey! What gives?
Daddy, the police
Go to your
are
room,
here.
please, Michelle. I'll talk to the police.
Daddy, Mommy is gone.
Go to your room, young lady. She's not even out of school. You can't come in here interrogating her like she's
Your
some
wife
kind
was
of...
found murdered this morning.
Found? What? But she only...
We have some questions that we would like to ask you.
Sure, yeah. Yeah, I'll do my best.
What size shoe do you wear, Mr. Muller?
Why do you ask?
It's routine, sir. Simple process of elimination.
9s, I think.
Why?
Why are you lying to me, Mr. Muller?
Why would I lie to you at a time like this?
That's funny. The work boots we found here are size 8s. Why lie about it if you've got nothing to hide?
Because I always get teased about the size of my feet. You know, small feet, small...
Always been true in my experience.
Peraí, eu também calço pouco. Ei, o número 8 é o quê? Size 8 to US to EU. Ei! Eu calço isto. Eu calço o 9, não é? Só se prova que eu tenho um...
So you were here all night. You stayed in while your wife went out to pick up your daughter?
Yes, that's correct.
Peraí. Lie.
You should come clean if you're having an affair or if there's something going on.
I told you I was here. Were you saying I wasn't?
Pois é que a tua filha disse que ligou-te várias vezes e tu nenhuma nem duas.
So why did you take so long to answer the phone when your daughter called?
Okay, I went out for a while. I was driving around. It's my way of relaxing.
You phoned in a missing persons report this morning?
Yeah, that's right. My wife didn't come home last night. She left around 9:30. Michelle was out at dance. She called me to let me know that Deidre didn't turn up.
Isto é doubt. Vai ser doubt.
Did your wife ever go out by herself? To bars, nightclubs?
No. What are you suggesting? You suggesting my wife's loose? Now is not the time for you to be pushing me, mister.
Your daughter said you were having an argument.
We argued about who would pick up Michelle. I worked a full day. I wanted to come home, put my feet up.
Your wife was beaten and then strangled. In your case, you have no alibi and a history of violence towards your wife.
That's not true, god damn it.
Opa, será que é rope pattern? Epá, eu agora tenho muita dúvida. Será que é doubt ou será que é... Deixa eu ver. Pá, eu acho que deve ser a rope, mas eu vou tirar a dúvida. Golden. Não. Golden Butterfly Case. Tarataratata. Pois.
Please, if that's all, please just leave.
It is true, Hugo. You're a violent man. You try to keep a lid on it at home, but sometimes you lost control. Your daughter and your wife were scared of you.
You don't know anything about me.
Então explica-me o broche.
I know about the golden butterfly, Hugo, and how you bought your wife off the last time you heard her.
She liked to spend money, all right? Dresses, jewelry, her hair. It drove me goddamn crazy. Do I look like a Rockefeller?
Nobody likes a cheapskate, Hugo.
Getting hostile with us is a very bad idea, Hugo.
I'm no murderer.
Make some arrangements for your daughter, and then present yourself to Central Station for questioning.
You gotta be kidding me, Phelps. Put the cuffs on him.
This is an outrage. I didn't kill my wife.
Your daughter is in the next room, Mueller, so I'm giving you a break. Don't make me change my mind, and don't make me come looking for you.
We should go back in there and bust his ass.
One, we need to break his alibi. Check phone records, canvass the neighbors. Two, we have motive of domestic violence, which probably goes for half the men in LA. Three, we have no evidence tying him to the crime scene.
Olha, aquela velhota quer falar convosco.
Detective!
Vamos lá falar com a velhota, ver o que é que ela quer.
Yes, ma'am.
I heard the terrible news over the radio.
And you can help us with our inquiries?
Yes, sir. They had a row last night. I heard Mrs. Mueller screaming.
Did you see Mrs. Mueller come home late last night at all?
No, not at all. I did see Mr. Mueller put something in the incinerator earlier this morning, though.
I told you he was our guy. Now let's get this bum downtown and into a cell.
Look, there he is now.
Ah. O que é que ele está a queimar?
Step away from the incinerator. Don't let him get away.
Okay, but no shooting. We need this guy to make the case.
Oh, tá bugado.
There he is. See him?
E caramba, o gajo corre para a Mundial.
Not running, Hugo! Hands where we can see them.
Ah, o gajo está a queimar os sapatos.
This doesn't look good, Hugo.
I can explain the blood.
Get him booked in at Central, officer. Then put him in an interview room. We'll be speaking with him later. And inform the captain.
Yes, sir, Detective.
Is there someone you can call, miss?
I don't... No one's home and...
You need somewhere to stay, Michelle. You have other family? Grandparents? Aunts or uncles?
Call Aunt Helen, but she lives in Bakersfield and...
Call her. We're gonna get someone down here from Juvenile Hall to talk to you in the meantime.
Só isto?
We ought to get some uniforms down here, clean up, take care of the kid.
Mas deixa-me ver isto aqui.
Grown men playing at being boys.
Será que foi ele?
Homicide Division, badge number
Phelps,
564.
badge 1247.
Go ahead, Detective Unit.
Did we get Ray Pinker in a technical services?
I need an
team to a
address on a
house at
Belmont
130
High
North
School.
Bonnie Bray Street.
Checking for you, Detective.
Send someone down from Juvenile Hall to look after a young lady.
Belmont High,
Roger, 11K.
1575 West 2nd Street.
Thanks.
Ok.
How's that just been paid look about it?
Inform Detective Phelps that the coroner has a report waiting. Police morgue downtown when he's available.
Got it, KGPL.
You drive. I need to go over the case notes.
And where exactly are we going?
Vamos à morgue, pode ser que tenha aqui mais informações. Depois da morgue vamos a tal high school ou lá o que é.
I'm surprised, you know. I didn't make the husband for it.
Always make the husband, fellas. 9 times out of 10, it's the closest person to the Vic who does the deed. God knows I've wanted to kill some wives in my day.
Lex parsimoniae.
What?
The law of parsimony. Occam's razor. The simplest explanation is most likely the correct one.
You know, you could have said that without getting all liturgical.
I'll try to dumb things down from now on.
Appreciate it. And try this one on for size. Rusty's razor.
How's that go?
You blame the guy that's banging her.
Ah, of course. The famous Lex ignoramus.
Closes cases, Cole. Puts a lot of people away, that one.
Pá, mas muitos inocentes, se calhar, não sei. Mas vamos lá à morgue.
Phelps, Rusty, thanks for coming.
Can you blood type the shoes that we bagged and see if they're a match?
Sure. It'll all be in the report, but I'm assuming you want the details now?
Please. Cause of death is strangulation?
Correct. Take a look at the samples on the bench.
Oh, claramente que é esta. Pois. Ou será esta?
What are the normal uses for that kind of rope?
On boats, mooring lines.
Correct. Although Ray says that they're sometimes used as bell ropes in churches.
So are we looking for a sailor or a minister?
Well, in my experience, sailors seem to have the greater libido.
Was Mrs. Muller criminally attacked?
No external or internal traces of semen.
Thanks, Mal. Anything else comes up, you let us know.
Ok, e era só isto? Será que tem... Como é que eu uso o telefone? E está-me a dizer para usar o telefone. Ah, tem aqui um telefone, tem. Aqui um bocado escondido.
Operator, give me dispatch.
Putting you through now.
You through now.
Phelps, badge 1247.
1247.
How could I help, Detective?
Are there any messages for me?
Yes, Detective. A green 1946 coupe registered to Mrs. Hugo Muller has been found in the parking lot adjoining the Belmont High School and playing fields. Captain Donnelly wants you to head down there immediately to take the school janitor's statement.
Thanks for your help.
Pronto, temos que ir ao... Temos que ir à escola, né?
You're behind the wheel.
Belmont High School.
Where are we headed? Not exactly the happiest of places, the coroner's office.
Carruthers is a good man, professional, diligent. If you're working with a pro, it's easy to overlook the grim realities of a place like that.
Funny job, that. The coroner's.
How so?
You know, you don't want them enjoying their work too much. Some kind of man can get awfully lonely rattling around a joint full of corpses.
Rusty, that's like something out of the pulps.
Been reading the same ones as me?
I thought you were usually too drunk to get through a magazine.
You know, if I close one eye and squint, you can just about make out.
Este gajo já é meio burro.
This is the car?
Yes, sir, Detective.
Have you looked it over?
Superficially. I was told to wait for you guys.
Thanks. We'll take it from here. What time did you see the person park the car?
Late last night, after school social, maybe 1 a.m. I've been keeping a good eye out lately. We've had problems with the child molester.
And this was the same man?
I don't know, sir. I mean, I'd like to say yes, but truth is, it was pretty dark.
All right. Tell me about this man you've been having trouble with.
He hangs near the playground, tries to befriend the children. He was around here last night before the dance.
Is he violent?
Yes, sir, I would say so, yes. There's the son of a bitch now. Hey, you!
Go, Phelps. I'll take the car and see if I can cut him off.
Então está aqui o pedófilo. Aí! Então. O jogo bugou-se. O gajo foi atropelado.
What's your name?
Who's asking?
We can do this the easy way or the hard way.
Name's Eli Rooney.
You've been in trouble with the law before, Eli?
Some.
What are you doing around here?
I like to keep an eye on the children.
Strictly paternal, is it, Eli?
Don't sass me, boy.
A woman was abducted here last night, Eli, and murdered.
And I would love to make you for that, you oaky motherfucker.
Well, I wouldn't know nothing about that. A woman, you say? I like 'em a little younger than that.
Turn out your pockets, Eli.
Now, why would I do that?
Because I'm about to break your fucking skull, Eli.
You're under arrest, Eli. You are in very deep trouble.
Why bother with the paperwork, Eli? I'm gonna take out my gun, and I'm gonna count to 5. Let's see how fast you can run now.
Hang on a goddamn minute. I found that thing in the parking lot.
Get some backup out here, Rusty. We need to get this one downtown and into a cell.
I'll tell them we got a kitty raper coming in. They can roll out the red carpet.
A cara dele. Estupidez. Bem, vamos averiguar. Investigar.
Blood and skin samples. We better get Ray Pinker out here.
Mas... Ok, esta foi a tal corda, né?
It's from a Chrysler. Could be important.
Ok, de um Chrysler.
The overalls are stenciled HM. Muller is a mechanic. I wonder what Eli does for a living.
Será que é um mecânico? Pronto. Inspecionar. Tem que fazer uma chamada telefónica.
Phelps, badge 1247. I need interrogation set up at Central for both suspects being held in the Mueller homicide case.
Certainly, Detective. I'll get in touch with the watch commander.
Thanks, ma'am.
Pronto, vamos lá fazer mais
Can
uns
you go to this one?
interrogatórios.
And where exactly are we going?
Então, vamos para a esquadra.
I say we make Rooney for this. I think we should lay it on him. He was near the car, he had her jewelry, the DA will love him for it.
Even if he didn't do it?
Who cares whether he did it? You have kids, Phelps? He needs to be taken permanently out of harm's way.
And we let Mueller slide?
For a while. He gets a free pass for now.
Então, vamos lá fazer umas questões.
Better not go soft on me here, Phelps.
We'll work the evidence, Rusty. Let him do the rest.
That bum took a swipe at me. I put him down with my sap.
Hey, you think those Vice boys did any on the side? I'm praying that those prints come through so I can nail that son of
Are
a
they ready?
Bowler's in 2 and the pervert's in 1. Get in there and get a conviction.
I want to make pummels.
Ok.
You know you made
Vamos a
Captain, we were on our way to interview Eli Rooney.
Yes, Phelps, I know. This particular fiend is an old acquaintance. I have tried to reaffirm his belief in a wrathful and terrible God. Whichever way it goes, I'll be dealing personally with him.
Ok, então, mas que eu não posso fazer eu as questões?
You look like you've had it rough.
You see me asking for your sympathy, boy?
You're down on your luck, Eli.
I had worse. My family ate roadkill during the Dust Bowl.
But you have a job. A parolee has to have a job, correct?
I had me a job down in San Pedro. I'm looking for something new.
You better not be lying to me, Eli. If I send an officer down there to find out and it turns out you wasted his time...
Hell, I ain't lying. That ain't worth lying over.
Sorry. My mistake.
Stand out.
This place you worked have a name?
Estou João Carlos e bem-vindo, Filipe. Sejam os dois bem-vindos. Um no YouTube, outro no Twitch.
They give you any workwear, Eli?
Sure. Green coverall. Dang thing was hot. Felt like I was back in the pen wearing it.
You ever tie up any of your victims, Eli?
It's not a nice thing to go calling them.
What would you call them?
I can't say. I learned a long time ago not to go talking about the things I like. Talking about it just seems to get people's dander up.
Answer the goddamn question, Rooney, before I brain you.
See what I mean? Short answer is yes.
You have any preference regarding rope, Eli?
I know a good rope from a bad rope, if that's what you mean. That's not what you mean, is it? Any old rope will do me fine.
Oh, o gajo parece estar a dizer a verdade, não é?
Farm boy like you, Eli, must prefer McGay for roping. Am I right?
I prefer braid. Tie hitching braid. It stays tied.
You killed Mrs. Mueller and stole her jewelry.
That ain't so. I ain't done nothing like that.
Então, mas... O gajo está a mentir, claramente. Pá, o gajo está a mentir. Eu não sei se é doubt ou se é lie, não é? Deixa eu ver. Pois, porque não tem nenhuma prova que ele roubou, não é? Ou melhor, se bem que ele deu-me aquilo, mas não sei do anel e do coisa. Deve ser de alto.
You have no job and nowhere to live by the smell of things. And you need money. You've been in trouble before, Eli. Who do you think a jury will believe?
I've been in trouble for other things, but I ain't never killed no one. I saw that car coming to the parking lot late last night. Man got changed there and then put his coveralls in the trunk. I saw him drop the butterfly in the lamplight and he strolled out, cool as you like. And I went over and I picked it up.
You're as good as done, Mr. Rooney. All it will take now is some paperwork.
Mas dá para voltar aqui
My money,
e acusá-lo.
Muller's our number one suspect. The evidence is solid. I think it's time we hit him with it.
Pá, também para ser este tem a corda e tal, mas deixa-me interrogar este.
Yeah, the bum took a swipe at me. Put him down with my saddle.
Here's where we stand, Hugo. Your next door neighbor heard screaming coming from your house. You were burning your blood-stained shoes. You have no one who can confirm your whereabouts last night. Your daughter says you're a violent man. We have everything we need to send you to death row, and all you have to say for yourself is, I didn't do it.
I swear I didn't kill her. Give me that lie test. I can prove it.
Why did you burn your shoes, Hugo?
Because I knew you'd never believe me.
Deixa-me ver aqui, notebook.
You're full of shit, Hugo. You want us to feel sorry for you? We feel sorry for your wife. The blood came from the wound in your wife's head.
Why would I lie? You can check at the workshop. You don't want to catch the real guy. You just want to blame me.
Okay.
Do you know anything about ropes, Hugo?
As much as the next man. I was a scout. I learned some more in the Army.
You learned to strangle with the rope in the Army?
With rope, with my bare hands, but mainly with wire. I learned a lot of things in the Army, but I still didn't kill my wife.
For argument's sake, what type of rope would you use?
If I had to, I would use a triple braid. Less flex, easier to control.
Your wife was beaten with a tire iron, Hugo. An appropriate choice of tool for a mechanic.
I know nothing about any tire iron.
You're lying, Hugo. You're gonna have to come clean on this.
You got no proof.
Your wife drove a Chevrolet, Hugo. What make of car do you drive?
A Chrysler Airflow.
So I guess that explains why the tire iron that killed your wife came from a Chrysler.
Ah, então se cá foi este.
We found your wife's car. Someone parked it at the school late last night. Do you have anything to say about that?
It wasn't me.
Where do you keep your work clothes?
I keep them at work in my locker.
Enough lies, Hugo. Your overalls put you at the scene of the crime last night.
My overalls are in the laundry of my house.
Green overalls, bloodstained, with the initials HM found in the trunk of your wife's car.
Pois, e agora explica-me.
They can't be mine.
Why, Hugo? Because if they were yours, they'd be in the incinerator too?
Acho que é este, não é? Pronto, a minha decisão é esta, mas eu quero confirmar. Não, mas... Pois, este é o assassino.
Hugo Muller, I'm charging you with the murder of your wife. You'll be arraigned and taken before a grand jury. Book him, Rusty.
With pleasure.
Pronto. A minha intuição estava correta. Acho eu. Tá-se bem?
I have to say I'm disappointed. I stood in front of a troop of reporters and made promises. Promises of swift and fearful retribution, and you bring me an armful of vagary and happenstance. You made the department look bad, lad. Do it again and your career as a policeman will come to an abrupt and ignominious end. You two are back on the streets. Find street criminals, roust them, beat them, and restore some fervor to your police work. Your next case will come when you've revived my faith in your abilities. Now get out of here!
Okay. Então, mas porquê? Oi. Mas porque o gajo ficou chateado comigo? Fiz alguma coisa mal? Deixa-me averiguar outra vez. Eu não percebo. O gajo ficou chateado comigo. Então foi o pedófilo que a matou? Então, mas que sentido faz isso? Oh, caralho, tenho que fazer outra vez
Better
as
not go
mesmas.
soft on me here, Phil.
Are they ready?
Bowlers in 2 and the perverts in 1. Get in there and get a conviction.
Captain, we were on our way to interview Eli Rooney.
Yes, Phelps, I know. This particular fiend is an old acquaintance. I have tried to reaffirm his belief in a wrathful and terrible God. Whichever way it goes, I'll be dealing personally with him.
Ai, mas eu não percebo. Deixa eu ver outra vez.
You look like you've had it rough.
You see me asking for your sympathy, boy?
Boy.
You down on your luck, Eli?
I had worse. My family ate roadkill during the Dust Bowl.
But you have a job. A parolee has to have a job, correct?
I had me a job down in San Pedro. I'm looking for something new.
This place you worked have a name?
Hennessy Marine. You can't miss the place. Big yellow letters, HM out front.
They give you any workwear, Eli?
Sure. Green coverall.
Oh,
Dang
pois.
thing was hot. Felt like I was back in the pen wearing it.
You ever tie up any of your victims, Eli?
It's not a nice thing to go calling them.
What would you call them?
I can't say. I learned a long time ago not to go talking about the things I like. Talking about it just seems to get people's dander up.
Answer the goddamn question, Rooney, before I brain you.
See what I mean? Short answer is yes.
You have any preference regarding rope, Eli?
I know a good rope from a bad rope, if that's what you mean. That's not what you mean, is it? Any old rope will do me fine.
Yeah, isso parece estar a dizer a verdade, não é?
A farm boy like you, Eli, must prefer Magay for roping. Am I right?
I prefer braid. Tie, hitch, and braid. It stays tight.
You killed Mrs. Mueller and stole her jewelry.
That ain't so. I ain't done nothing like that.
You have no job and nowhere to live by the smell of things. And you need money. You've been in trouble before, Eli. Who do you think a jury will believe?
I've been in trouble for other things, but I ain't never killed no one. I saw that car coming to the parking lot late last night. Man got changed there and put his coveralls in the trunk. I saw him drop the butterfly in the lamplight and he strolled out, cool as you like. And I went over and I picked it up.
Mas são 4 perguntas.
You're as good as done, Mr. Rooney. All it will take now is some paperwork.
For my money, Hugo Muller's our #1 suspect. The evidence is solid. I think it's time we hit him with it.
Tell a man that there are 400 billion stars in the universe. Tell him a bench has wet paint on it.
Here's where we stand, Hugo. Your next-door neighbor heard screaming coming from your house. You were burning your blood-stained shoes. You have no one who can confirm your whereabouts last night. Your daughter says you're a violent man. We have everything we need to send you to death row, and all you have to say for yourself is, I didn't do it.
I swear I didn't kill her. Give me that lie test. I can prove it.
Why did you burn your shoes, Hugo?
Because I knew you'd never believe me.
Isto é que é doubt, se calhar, não era?
Believe what?
It's rabbit's blood. A guy at work brought him in and I helped him skin them.
Do you know anything about ropes, Hugo?
As much as the next man. I was a scout. I learned some more in the Army.
You learned to strangle with the rope in the Army?
With rope, with my bare hands, but mainly with wire. I learned a lot of things in the Army, but I still didn't kill my wife.
For argument's sake, what type of rope would you use?
If I had to, I would use a triple braid. Less flex, easier to control.
Your wife was beaten with a tire iron, Hugo. An appropriate choice of tool for a mechanic.
I know nothing about any tire iron.
You're lying, Hugo. You're gonna have to come clean on this.
You got no proof.
Your wife drove a Chevrolet, Hugo. What make of car do you drive?
A Chrysler Airflow.
So I guess that explains why the tire iron that killed your wife came from a Chrysler. We found your wife's car. Someone parked it at the school late last night. Do you have anything to say about that?
It wasn't me.
Where do you keep your work clothes?
I keep them at work in my locker.
Enough lies, Hugo. Your overalls put you at the scene of the crime last night.
My overalls are in the laundry of my house.
Green overalls, bloodstained, with the initials HM found in the trunk of your wife's car.
They can't be mine.
Why, Hugo? Because if they were yours, they'd be in the incinerator too?
I say we bust in there and find the goddamn evidence.
I need a drink. I got the jitters again.
Eli Rooney, I'm charging you with the first-degree murder of Deirdre Muller.
You want to put me back in the stir that badly, boy? You go ahead and try. I'll beat that rat. I ain't a killer.
Deixa-me ver se agora o outro gajo ficou contente. Agora estou curioso. Nem que estou. Será que o gajo vai ficar chateado?
Ah, Phelps, Galloway. Congratulations are at hand.
Eu não percebo.
Drink, boys?
Então, mas o outro...
I think you'll receive a commendation for this one, gentlemen. In the meantime, I'll speak to the DA about expediting the passage of the case. We need swift and merciless justice for poor Deirdre.
Eu não percebo. Este jogo é muito ambíguo. É tudo muito ambíguo. Não... Pá, também é suposto, né? Sei lá. Ah, falhou-me uma coisa. E falhei uma questão. Deve ter falhado. E o gajo até flashbacks.
Phelps! We captured 2 regular army. Lieutenant! Phelps, we've been over this. That sniper barely missed you back on the beach. Until the mission is over, there'll be no more saluting or signs of rank.
I'm in charge here, Medier!
Do you wish to interrogate the prisoners?
No, they're beat. Why they look so sullen? They're wondering why we haven't killed them yet. There is no greater shame than being taken prisoner.
Get this, Golden Boy actually seems to know what he's doing.
あなた方の階層と名前を名乗ってください。
第44大部隊所属兵だ。
キスマ何様だと思ってるんだ。
See that, boys? He slapped that Jap right upside the head.
It was merely to remind him of his place. His shame was the tone of voice that he used with a superior. I respect the Japanese, Corporal.
Respect, we're here to kill the sons of bitches.
Do you know why we are fighting the Japanese, Private?
With respect, sir, these bastards attacked Pearl Harbor.
And why did they attack Pearl, Private?
Because they hate the US of A and our way of life.
They attacked the U.S. because we cut off their oil. What would we do if another country denied us the gas to run our cars?
Oh, mas este gajo é que é comunista. Oi? Crashou o jogo? Não. The Silk Stalking Murder. Ok.
Ah, Phelps.
A meia calça de
I was
seda.
just discussing with Finbar here how well you were doing. Have a seat.
Yeah, my real name. And you can just forget all about it.
You boys have a new case. A poor Hispanic woman murdered near City Hall and left lying naked in an alleyway.
Outra vez?
Another naked woman, sir?
Yes. We seem to have had quite a run of them since the Dahlia fiend first struck.
Phelps is politely trying to hint that he thinks the Mendez case is hokey.
Well, young Phelps, you win some and you lose some in police work.
You're happy with the Mueller case, sir?
Over the moon, boys! The DA couldn't be more pleased with the evidence, the witness, and the lack of an alibi. Now, get out there and catch me another sinner.
Estes polícias são corruptos, está visto? Corrupção acima de tudo. Amo. Ei, mas eu não vou conduzir, nem acabar com a tosse. Conduz tu.
You know the way. You can drive.
Este jogo para conduzir é miserável.
You have the address?
It's the alley off Aliso between Los Angeles and Alameda.
You're kidding. The next one will be opposite Central Station.
Count yourself lucky, Phelps. Most guys would kill to land a case so close to their desk.
Yeah. It means they can pop in to hit the office supply of hooch whenever they need it.
You know, that ain't a bad idea. That is not a bad idea at all.
E tenho que fazer uma coisa que esqueci-me. E não me posso esquecer. Deixem-me só chegar ao sítio. Dar em pausa. Deixem-me só. É no instante. É rápido. Então. 0.7, 0.63. Pronto, por aí. Vou só aqui ao Facebook. Tenho que tratar disto antes que me esqueça. Editar. Acho eu. Só tenho que alterar aqui outra vez a taxa de atualização. Aí está. 1 da tarde. Fogo. O pessoal nem dá tempo a almoçar.
Detectives, they're ready to start the show. I'll take you through.
Bem, também só vou aqui analisar o caso. Fogo. É exatamente o mesmo modus operandi.
Oh, for Christ's sake.
Brothers, Pinker?
Cause of death is pretty apparent. We thought we'd best wait for you. When you're ready.
Ok, espera aí. Primeiro deixa-me ver. Isto não tem nada a ver com nada. Ei!
If she took a blow to the head like the others, she was probably unconscious when strangled.
Ok. Ih. Vai um rastro de sangue até acolá.
May as well follow the trail.
Yeah. Tem aqui um... O que é isto? Chapéu? Antónia.
Antonia. It's a start.
Ok, ela chamava-se Antónia. O que é aquilo ali ao fundo? É um maço de tabaco, não é? Ai não. Isto não tem nada a ver com nada. Então, Lobito, bem-vindo à live stream, amigo. Está tudo? Deixa-me falar aqui com o...
Can we discuss this later?
Bom, vamos analisar o corpo primeiro. Olha, mais uma... Ah, tem aqui uma cena na mão. Antónia.
Only 21 years old. But why the library card? Did he want us to find it?
Kiss Blood.
Kiss the blood. BD.
Quem é o BD? Kiss the Blood. Olha, mais um anel.
Another wedding ring torn from the finger. No skin under the fingernails.
Nossa.
Lacerations on the neck would indicate a great deal of force.
Yeah. Horrível mesmo.
The evidence in the Mueller case was solid. I'm not convinced about Mendez.
Best way to get away with murder is to pin it on somebody else. I'll bet a month's salary this is a copycat.
Strangled, battered.
Yeah. We know the MO. So does every jerk who kills his wife and girlfriend looking for a way out. I've spoken to Brown. He still believes the Dahlia perp has medical experience.
4 women, all murdered, all put on display, all with messages.
Mueller had no message. Look, Phelps, this is getting us nowhere.
Anything for us to go on, Mal?
Head injuries from contact with road. Bruising from a small man's shoe.
Pois.
Further blunt force trauma to the occipital region at the base of the skull. Could have been fatal, but clear signs of strangulation would seem to rule it out.
Lipstick appears to be a similar color to the other cases. I'll see if I can nail down a brand.
E agora? Há mais alguma coisa que eu possa...
I need to get back to it, Phelps.
Há mais alguma coisa por aqui? Isto aqui também só são... Ah! Tá aqui coisas. Não tem nada a ver com nada. Já estou a ver que não. Será que há aqui mais provas? Uma cadeira. E ali em cima, será que tem alguma coisa? Agora estou curioso. É que a música ainda está a dar a entender que... Deixa eu ver.
What do you think?
Take a look around and see what you can find.
Pois. Ainda falta uma prova. Uma ou duas, não é? Uma ou duas. Opa, eu estava convencido que isto era alguma coisa. Não. Será que existe mais alguma prova no corpo dela? Isto é o quê? Não. Tem aqui munições. Ok. E aqui em cima? Será que é em cima... Pois... Pois, eu saio daqui e desaparece logo a música. Portanto... Isto só me leva a crer que... Está-me a falhar... Está-me a falhar uma prova, está visto? Não há volta a dar. Será que tem aqui alguma coisa no caixote de lixo? Aqui. Alguma coisa no corpo. Deixa eu ver.
Never the same, are they?
Qual é a prova que me falta? Kiss the Blood BD. Ah, peraí. Será que atrás do papel tem alguma coisa? Não.
Another day, another dollar.
Ah, eu segui o rastro. António. Não, tá a faltar aqui alguma coisa. Ah, pois, tem aqui um rastro. Tá aqui o sapato. Eu não quero o copo de papel. Quero o sapato.
Proximity to the scene, plus the bloodstains. No way is this coincidence.
Yeah, este é o sapato dela.
I'm stumped.
Keep looking.
Ideas?
We get enough and we can start retracing the killer's steps.
On it goes.
Yeah, tem... Ah, tá ali uma cena a brilhar. Eu vi aqui uma cena a brilhar.
We kept the area pristine for you boys. Let's check it out.
Isto aqui é a mala dela. Ai não, isso é uma cena de matar mosquitos. Aqui é uma chave. Número 5.
House keys strung up like bait on a hook. You think he's trying to lead us somewhere?
Probably all the way to City Hall, that brazen son of a bitch.
It's got to be a code or a cipher.
253. Está-nos a apontar lá para cima.
Where are you taking us?
I got friends who work at the exam. How about $5?
Não dá para subir isso? Ah, dá. Fogo, o gajo sobe cheio de vontade. Ei, caramba. Mrs. Antônia Maldonado. Mas não tem nada aqui.
This is A. Maldonado. Could it be Antonia Maldonado?
Yeah.
Clearly wants us to find these things. He's left them for us.
There you go, Phelps. Got a new MO. I told you it wasn't our guy.
Or he might just be getting more confident.
Ah. Isto é irrelevante, não é? Isto não tem relevância para o caso. Não, não, não. Bem, vamos continuar a seguir o rastro. Isto aqui no chão. Um porta-cigarrilhas. Ah não, a cena nos tons de maquilhagem.
Enameled and gold-plated. This was precious to her.
Ok. Ei, caramba. Ela tinha assim tanto sangue.
The trail points up.
Pô, ela não tinha assim tanto sangue, não inventem. Fogo. E o anel dela?
Pulled from the finger and hung up here. What's the significance?
Maluquice. Ah, tá aqui a... Ah, isto é tinta, afinal.
Looks as though the killer was decorating with this.
Ah não, é mesmo sangue.
Son of a bitch wants her identified. Mrs. Antonia Maldonado, 712 North Hill Street, downtown.
Yeah. Mas porquê? Porquê é que ele quer identificá-la? Isso é muito estranho.
What now?
Let's check that library card address. See where our
You can
dead
drive.
lady comes from.
Vamos à casa dela. Averiguar.
It was Mrs. Maldonado, right?
That's
Yes.
affirmative.
All right, so then there's a husband we should be looking for. Get him, we've closed the case.
Rusty's razor, of course. I don't want to question your tried and tested techniques, Detective Galloway. But doesn't the DA require sound casework before he'll close the book?
Not if he's got a confession. And, you know, there's ways of getting it.
I'm sure.
No pets allowed. Please see housekeeper within for vacancies. Ah, ela morava numa residencial. Está-se bem. Mas bem, amiguinhos, eu acho que é um bocado arriscado eu continuar a stream, que daqui a nada vou ter que sair, está bem? Portanto, vamos ficar por aqui neste caso. E amanhã é sexta, não vai dar. Depois é 23, que é um sábado. Depois é véspera de Natal. Depois é Natal. Portanto, só nos vemos na terça-feira. Mas pronto, se calhar até amanhã. Se calhar amanhã até dá. Estou a dizer aqui que não, mas se calhar amanhã até dá. Mas bem, amiguinhos, vamos ficar mesmo por aqui. Hoje não dá para mais. Foi um prazer ter-vos por cá. Grande abraço. Fiquem todos muito bem. Tchauzinho, amigos. Tudo bom.